Yeah.
Is it fixed yet?
It is now streaming again. Let me email it out. And
Either holodeck hat or exhibit that. They should both get to the same person. Or, yeah. I did find that out and immediately forgot to tell you.
Coming at you live and direct from channel 23.
Wow.
Leaving it today the minute. And today the roll forward will be played off. Apparently.
Where's Edison Carter when we really need him?
the first person to receive the email with the new web link, raise your hand. I know you all have smart devices.
I got it.
Great.
You didn't make the sign-in link or we missed that.
You didn't raise your hand. Here.
Raising our hand if you're not there. I'm just. I got it.
All right. Now we're moving on into announcements. Oh, and yeah, just so we are going forward with this, I've got on here publications, nerf herders, and SRD. So if you want to come up and make the announcements, if there's any other departments that need to come up and make their announcements, come on up at this point. Announce, introduce yourself and your department before you make the announcement so people know who they're talking to. And then remember to send the announcements on into the secretary.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, that's what I told people.
Hi, I'm Katie. I'm from Nerf Herders. So I know this is super, super, super early for everyone, but if we helped you with lines at any point in the past, we want to talk to you again. Ideally, we want to know where your exits and your entrances are so that we can coordinate all the traffic flow in between all the rooms. So even if it's just a check-in, say, I don't know yet, but I'll have it by February, talk to us. We want to know this information. I know some of you, we've already started conversations, but for anybody else, no, we want to know where your entrances and exits are so we can plan traffic around it. Cool. Yes.
Hi, I'm Karen Volunteers. We will be sending out an email midweek requesting that you update your positions. First, right now, we're just going to focus for the year-round volunteers and update it to have more outside world readability. So folks outside of the convention can understand specifically what's going on with things and have it look like a regular job recruitment. There's going to be a Google form that you can sign up for that. Any questions?
That's internal job descriptions?
That would be for like your heads, your subheads, all of that, yes. Internal.
Down again.
Oh, are you okay? Okay.
Hi, I'm Stefan. I'm one of the two new publications co-heads. Just because we have two brand new co-heads in charge of pubs this year, even though we have a later date, obviously, for the con next year, we did decide kind of amongst ourselves that we're going to keep all the deadlines the same, just so we have a little extra leeway to work with as we're both trying to learn the ins and outs of the job. So April 15th is the deadline for the majority of things, and that will remain the same for next year.
Tradition.
Question. Sorry, I wasn't expecting questions. Yes, absolutely. All the extensions, all that still exists. Obviously, and of course, there are the later deadlines for the purposes of like Cinerex, where they have their licensing. That's the word, licensing. Yeah, all the extensions still exist, but we're just going to maintain the same deadlines.
And for the sake of either like meeting notes or
April 15th.
Hi, I am Kimber in transportation. I need more people, and ideally I needed them last year, but I joined in too late to do that. So if you know anybody who is looking to sign up to help, it's mostly computer work. It would be information gathering of parking places, information gathering of shuttle resources and things like that. If you could email transportation at CONvergence.org, that'd be great. Thank you.
Hi, I can't see anybody. Okay. My name is Trisha. I'm the co-head of invited participants. So the invited participants application link will be going live at the end of this month. As always, we're committed to supporting diverse and new voices in our CONvergence community. If there's anyone you know who you think would make a great invited participant, please let us know. Folks we especially want to know about are those teens who are doing amazing things in terms of cosplay, right?
Not in the hallway.
Okay. Folks we especially want to know about are those teens who are doing amazing things in terms of cosplay, writing, fandom organization, role-play gaming, video gaming, content creation, all of that sort of stuff. Please send your recommendations to invited participants at convergence-con.org. Also, we're looking for people to be on the invited participant staff. If you or someone you know wants to get a large chunk of their volunteer hours before the convention starts, and they also like working with spreadsheets, they should come and talk to us. We're looking for someone to be our participant research specialist, and those duties would include conducting research into all the applicants to determine their eligibility, entering results into spreadsheets, and then discussing with us and the entire team and other people to decide the list of folks we want to recommend to the board. If you're interested, invited participants at convergence-con.org. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Rachel. I am one of the co-heads of your Staff Resources and Documentation Department. For those of you who are new, we are your resource for anything that will help your department run more smoothly. If you need help with documentation or policy, getting everything written down or streamlined, if you need specialized training organized, let us know. We're also planning some trainings for the whole CONCOM, and to that end, last meeting I announced a survey of the entire CONCOM for what you wanted us to be doing for training, and I have some of those results for you today. The survey is still open, and we'll leave it open for another couple of weeks in case you forgot and want to get your thoughts in. And if you ever have any ideas during the year, just send us an email, srd@. Here's what we found. For the people who did take the survey, we got more than 10% of the CONCOM, so we think we got a representative sample. About half of the people who took it were heads. The rest, we had about 2/3 subheads and specialists. About 2/3 of the folks who responded have been on the CONCOM for 5 years or fewer. We did not have as many long-term folks take the survey. And half of those people have been in their current role for 1 or 2 years. So what we gather from that is that the people who responded, and probably most of the CONCOM, is still kind of learning their jobs. No one's really set in their ways and wants to learn more and do better and do more. Skills, we had a number of questions on skills. The vast majority of folks are comfortable with convergence technology. As such, we will be focusing on other areas to train. If you have a specific technology request, let us know by emailing us at srd@. Also, the vast majority of you are actually really cool with public speaking and just presenting in general. Ask around your department for tips or email us if you want some pointers or practice. Just under half of folks who responded are not confident in their finance skills. Now, this survey was put out and we got most of our responses before the big fancy document, which was really great. So if you're still feeling that lack, you can let us know, or you can tell your department and see if the whole department wants some training. There were a couple other skill questions that Oh, and then we'll put out some targeted feelers in the future for people who said they were very passionate about finance to possibly be our subject matter experts for future training. We asked some questions about diversity training, which is a sensitive topic for a lot of people for a very good reason. The overwhelming majority of respondents recognize that this is an important topic, and a lot of folks raised valid concerns in the comments. We will work closely with the departments responsible for inclusion and diversity and accessibility before we make any training proposals to the board around diversity or accessibility or inclusion, any of that. Generally, we found that the whole CONCOM has the basics of diversity training. You've got the why, you've got the don't be a racist. You want the specific terminology, you want the vocab, and you want to go out and do the work, and you want that practice. So that's what we learned about diversity training. In the story time section, we asked for stories about when you were successful, sometime you solved a problem, or when you encountered a problem that you couldn't solve. We asked for skills that you admire in others and skills that you think you do well that others could do better at. What we found was that most of the story time stories were interpersonal. A problem that you encountered with a specific person, a systemic issue that you see between roles in an organization, not necessarily here, communication problems that sometimes are, but not always, are related to disability. This also echoed the things that you admire. You admire the ability to inspire passion and loyalty, the ability to delegate, effective politicking, thinking and speaking well. We hear you. You want leadership training. We can do that. We're going to execute some other priorities this year. We've got Robert's Rule planned for, I heard January?
Early next year.
Early 2020. We have self-care too, Burnout Boogaloo. Thank you, I feel appreciated. And we've got a large umbrella that we're going to specialize in at least one of those topics of de-escalation. Those are our 2020 cycle priorities, but for 2021, we will be looking at more of these leadership topics. We will be calling on those of you who professed excellence in some of these areas to be our subject matter experts. Related, we are building a how-to CONCOM. It will happen. It is in our 5-year plan, but that is a 5-year plan. Thank you for your impact. Thank you for your input on formatting and accessibility. We will take these answers into account as we plan and build all our trainings in the future. Again, we're going to leave the survey open until the end of October if you want to provide any comments or if your voice has not yet been heard. Finally, back to the Burnout Boogaloo. We need some subject matter experts. The 3 of us have been on the CONCOM for 5 years or fewer. Therefore, we are not long-term members, and we need some long-term members to help us develop a training about avoiding or dealing with burnout. If you are interested in being one of these subject matter experts, if you've been on the CONCOM for that long, come talk to us during the working portion or send an email to srd@. Are there any questions? Cool.
Hi, I'm Will from Creative Services. So normally Creative Services is set to be a 2-person job, co-head teams. Right now I'm the only person, so there is a co-head position open. And as this job is in charge of getting every one of you guys art if you need it, it would be nice if you know someone who is interested in volunteering and interested in being an art director position, please point them my way and direct them to the Creative Services email. Because I would like to, it'd be, I think, better for everyone and better for me to be having this as a co-head and not just be a only head position. Thank you.
Do they need to be able to draw?
No. The main task is that you have to be a coordinator. So I'm building a team of artists that will be able to take on different things. So the big thing is triage and organization.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sean Berry and I work in IT. And the stream is apparently still going. By the way, if you didn't get the email with the stream link on it, you're probably not on the CONCOM mailing list. Talk to your director about that. So if you didn't get the email, that's a thing. If you didn't get the email, talk to your director. IT and systems are recruiting for a head to own and organize the At-Home help desk. Duties include basic enablement and training and scheduling volunteers to cover shifts during the convention, organizing feedback to the software network and other teams. It is not that hard. It is mainly a little bit of herding sheep and some scheduling. The training is very lightweight stuff like how do I open a ticket and helping people do password resets and look in their email and get on Wi-Fi and that sort of thing. If all of those sound like easy things to you and you are bored, please reach out to the IT organization, IT at or systems at. It's mainly an at-con job. There's some scheduling and some setup. We'll probably be doing some training in the spring, but it's pretty lightweight. It's just more than the other heads in the department can currently cover. Your team will include many current capable people that will benefit from your leadership and organizational skills. So if that sounds fun to you, reach out. Thanks. And you've already got that agreement.
All right.
Wait, I've got GPS announcements.
I was just ready to call GPS and say community announcements. So community announcements, GPS.
Hi, I'm Stephanie. I'm not from GPS, but several of the GPS people who make the announcements are in my division, so guess what I'm doing today? GPS, the Geek Partnership Society has a couple of upcoming events that you may be interested in. Movie night is November 1st at, I believe, 7 p.m. And Dee is going to stand up and yell the movie name so I can repeat them.
Watching Frozen and the live action version of Beauty and the Beast. So please come sing along.
So it's Disney sing-along, apparently, and it's Frozen and the live action Beauty and the Beast. That sounds like fun, and I guess if you get there early, you get the better seats, so, you know. The other thing that they would like to highlight is on November 4th at 7 p.m., they are having Charles Urbach come in. He is an artist, and he will be doing a sort of, he'll be talking about his art, but apparently also, if their time permits, he will be, looking at people's artwork and portfolios and stuff like that. So if you have friends who are artists, I would encourage them to go to that. And that is November 4th, which is a Monday at 7 p.m. at GPS, which is 1121 Jackson Street Northeast.
Yes, Charles Urbach did a bunch of art for like fantasy flight games, and is like an industry professional. So kind of like this
Sure. I'm going to repeat what Ainsley just said, which is that Charles Urbach did a bunch of art for like Fantasy Flight Games' games stuff, and he's an industry professional in general. He's pretty cool, and apparently she endorses going to his event on November 4th. Thank you.
And won the art show's best professional class.
Apparently last year he also won best professional at the art show, so you should all go, is what I'm hearing.
Okay, one announcement for Hallie Q. Brown. This Sunday, Hallie Q. Brown has its community Halloween party. So it is in partnership with the Customers for a Cause and as well as the local neighborhood organization. It's from 2 to 4. It is free, open to the public. It's a lot of fun activities. So if you've got kids, if you just like hanging out at Halloween parties and cool stuff, come on out 2 to 4 on Sunday and enjoy yourselves. Next, you can see we've got a couple of community announcements. I think Ken is up here, ready for one.
Hi, I'm Ken Justiniano. Hello. I'm here because I'm soliciting your guys' help. Last year, I sat on a panel called CONvergence, the game, where we basically brainstormed how would we go about creating a game built around convergence. My idea in that is kind of a Flux X system. What I need from you guys is, based on your department, you're going to be a collectible card. what would your collectible card look like? What would your collectible card say? The other thing that I need is one rule. Think about how Flux plays. You know, you got the night-day goal to win, where you have to pick up the night card and the day card, and then you win. Think of it that way. You know, create a goal that's for your department that has like cards that you would say that need to be gotten. I will be in my notes that I give to the CONvergence team. I will put in a link. I'm going to do a Google form so that you guys can pass your information back to me, because I think that'd be easier than any other format. But hopefully my intent and goal is to be able to have for next convention cycle a game that we can actually share and play.
What's an example? Because some were mentioned in the hospitality meeting of a convergence type card.
Okay, convergence type card.
That would be on
So rule 3, ignore Nadim. Where we could have like a little character, you know, that's Nadim-esque on that little card as the collectible, and then the rule card would be ignore me.
Don't ignore the director.
Yeah.
Well, no, but the rule 3 is ignore Nadim.
Or like the example that Kelly gave.
What was?
Mine was, so my example was for operations, we have a weird idea of fun, so that's draw 3, play 4.
So the idea hopefully is, or at least my envisionment is, that I will create the base deck that we can hand out, and then your departments will all have an expansion card, a collectible, and an expansion card. That's the rule, that people can go to your departments and collect. So,
including those departments who aren't really at con?
Those would be hidden Easter eggs. You got to go find those people to actually get the card.
But you'll send all this out to the
Yes.
CONCom at some point once your ideas are.
Once they're solidified. And I also give the link to the community site where I'm actually, you know, if you guys want to help me build this out and give me ideas and stuff like that, I created a forum space that people can interact and give me ideas and help me out. So hopefully this will be something interesting and new that we try and do for the convention this year. And hopefully we can move this forward and get this like become a tradition where each year we create new cards. All right, thank you.
The next announcement is a sad one. It's with regret that I let you all know that Bob Wagner, who's a longtime gaming volunteer, took his own life earlier this month. Robia is putting together details around. She is doing as best as can be expected. Robia is one of the gaming co-heads. There's a card up here if you want to sign for that. We'll share out details with people as we get them, but wanted to let you know that the loss of one of the members of our community. Just to clarify, Bob Wagner from gaming, not Bob Wagner from any other department. There's 2 Bob Wagners, so this is the longtime gaming volunteer. Now, on such a positive note, to go next into who needs to talk to who.
SRD needs to talk to Lauren and Stephanie together.
SRD needs to talk to Lauren and Stephanie together.
Art Show needs to talk talk to Space Lounge and volunteers.
Archer needs to talk to Space Lounge and volunteers.
Kat from Guest. If anybody has donations for Made with Care, from over here.
Kat from Guest, if anybody has donations for Made with Care, she's over there. Accessibility needs to speak to JP and Lauren together. Hold on, could you say that again? Hope from, stop it, I can't hear.
Sorry.
Hope from Smokers needs to talk to Nerves. All right, next. IP needs to talk to SRT, Guest of Honor, Main Stage, and social media.
Main stage has to come to me.
All right.
Nurse herders are going to talk to smokers, so it's on our list. We need to talk to CBG TV and F2E2.
Nerfers needs to talk to CBG TV and F2E2.
Creative Services needs to talk to Uncle Mikey and Thomas Keeley.
Creative Services needs to talk to Uncle Mikey and Thomas Keeley.
IT software needs to talk to registration.
IT software needs to talk to registration.
Cinema Rex, Amy, Nadine, and you would be available all together.
Harmcom needs to talk to Cinemarex, Amy, Nadine, and me if I'm available. All together.
Programming needs to talk to IP and Stephanie at the same time.
Becca from programming needs to talk to Stephanie and IP at the same time.
Operations needs to talk to Team Room. Andy needs to talk to IT, and Andy needs to talk to Jeff and Mikey together.
Andy needs to talk to IT, and Andy needs to talk to Jeff and Mikey together, and then operations needs to talk to Teen Room. I missed anybody? Anybody else? Oh, you're pointing to her.
Stephanie needs to talk to HarmCon.
Stephanie needs to talk to HarmCon.
Ace needs to talk to operations.
Ace needs to talk to operations.
So Archo, talk to me on behalf of Space Lounge. Thomas, I need to connect with you. Don't run away before we talk. I need to talk to Mark from Guests. And then everyone else said that they needed to talk to me.
Okay, Lauren needs to talk to Mark from Guest, and Thomas, don't run away before she talks to you. And
Sandbox.
And Sandbox. Lauren needs to talk to Sandbox. All right.
I go out with good ones.
Anyone else? Not seeing anything else for the good of the body. All right. Thank you, everyone.
So I may not be